Buddy, hope everybody out there was having a good day. Is still having a good day. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys all had a solid day. May your work weeks be short. Um, yeah, let me know if anybody has any sweet New Year's plans or anything. We don't have much, just chilling at the house, keeping it low key. Marco, what up, doe? Hope you're doing well. Got this shaman from the wife for Christmas. I really like this thing. I like the all black with the black hardware. It's a good looking blade for sure. Hope Mr. Mouse, hope you're having a good day. Hope you're doing well out there. But yeah, that's definitely one that is going to be carried for sure. Mr. Mouse, I think I agree with you. The Shaman is by far one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Spyderco. That and the Mannix 2. I really like the look of the Mannix 2, and this are my two probably favorite Spydercos. I do like the Yojimbo. That's cool too. I had one of those for a minute, but I ended up trading it. But I like this way more than the PM2 or PM3. Yeah, and I like that little choil on there. It's nice. Very good ergos for sure. Super fidgety. I'm a big fan. But yeah, super huge shout out to the wife for that one. That was like one of my most stoked blades I acquired this year for sure. Gabe, what up, doe? Yeah, I'm on Insta. I'm Shay5969 on Insta as well. And then the Devo Growler, I was super hyped on this one. Another big knife, but super fun to carry. Feels great in the hand. Ergos are just knocked out of the park. Jimping's like awesome, immaculate. Great pocket clip. Love that one. I've been talking about it nonstop since I got it, but with good reason. It's a great knife for sure. Super fun. Tegan, what up, doe? Neil Mack, what up, doe? Hope you're doing good. Tegan, I'm excited for next week to see you on the live with me again. Will be super fun. Got the Kubi Titius. I love this knife. Great action. One I definitely want to check out for sure is Monterey Bay Knives. I haven't checked out any from them, but this blade shape reminds me of that one they did, the Wolverine. Has a super similar blade shape, I think it is. But yeah, one I definitely want to check out in the future. Some Monterey Bay knives. Those are cool looking blades. But yeah, skiffs also makes me want to put more stuff on skiffs for sure. I've never heard of anybody not liking something they put on skiffs. And then the Adira is another one of my favorite Benchmades that I got this year. Got some good knife acquisitions this year. And then I didn't even bust it out yet, but I carried these two today. Have my bug out and then the bug out copy, the Ozark bug out killer. But man, I mean, it's funny to have them both in the hand at the same time because you can just really see. Dan Stan, what up, doe? Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, Tegan. I appreciate that very much. I'm looking forward to kicking it with you next week on the live. But yeah, funny how much they really did copy this. But yeah, I was carrying this today. I really like this. I didn't think that I would like the bug out so much, but man, it is a really good knife. I see why a lot of people really like it. Super fidgety too. But I should probably make those screws orange to match that thumb stud and the barrel spacers. I think that would be super cool. Yeah, it's crazy, like, so similar. 10%, I guess, right? You just got to change 10% of it. And it's a different design. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, I just think it's funny. Like to take that to work. Beat on it. Replace my box cutter at the office with this. See how it holds up. And after like 5 packages, it has to be like cleaned off for sure. Ground Fog, what up, doe? And if I didn't clean it off, it would have got stopped on some tape for sure. It got met its first real task with some zip ties. So the homie said it could barely cut the zip tie, and I was like, yeah, that's probably use snips for that. I feel like a lot of knife injuries occur trying to cut zip ties, you know? Yeah, same, Mr. Mouse. And then a couple budget knives that I got this year that I really, really liked were the Tenable model number 6 and 14C. I really like this blade. Their crossbar lock is done really well. Super fidgety. Donnie, what up, doe? Hope you're doing good, having a good evening. Happy Tuesday, brother. But yeah, solid budget blade for sure. And I don't feel bad about beating up on it. Broke down a couple 100 boxes and it stayed sharp. And like, other than just wiping off the blade, had no issues. And I put that bad boy to use too. So, and then this one I talked about a bunch, but the Droma from Dylan Mallory, another one of my favorite budget knives of the year. I love the look of the aluminum and the G10 inlay. Looks great. His logo's dope, if the camera will focus. But yeah, Dylan Mallory makes some sweet designs. His Kickstarter's coming out soon for the H2O. So if you're a fan of Mallory, I think it's like January 4th or something. Yeah, I really like Mallory's logo. It's really cool. I wish the camera would focus on it. There it is. Oh, maybe. Maybe not. There we go. Kathleen, what up, doe? Happy New Year's. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I read that something today. Somebody's like, yeah, this will be my last post until the new year. And I was like, oh, yeah. It's funny. Oh, that's what's up, Gabe. I actually got mine as well. I ordered mine from OCD for EDC. I got the CME for the Shaman and a lanyard. Just need a spider bead or something to go with it. But yeah, I think this is probably my vote for budget knife of the year. And I heard somebody else say this too. It's like, it's not that there's not other budget knives that wouldn't also be up there, right? But it's just that I didn't own all of them, right? Or have all of them in my pocket for a few weeks like I did with this one and with this one, you know? So my vote's for these two because these are the two that I actually used, you know, and put to the test, right? So 2 very good budget knives that you can grab for less than 60 bucks. And they both look sweet. Yeah, Dance Sam Model 6 is a great knife. And if you like the design, you can get a concept version, a little fancier odds and ends, an upgraded blade steel and stuff like that. Ketchuo G10 Mini Griffith is your vote for budget knife of the year. That's what's up. I've heard nothing but good things from them. I haven't got to experience one myself. And that's another thing, Gabe, that I was saying is like, that could potentially also be mine. If I had it in hand and felt it, then maybe I would, you know, agree with you. But I can only speak on the stuff that I like actually, have had in hand and carried, and all my stuff is, stuff I buy, so I don't get no samples or nothing. I'm not on that level. So I'm just out here reviewing the stuff I love and the stuff I use and the stuff I like, so. And I feel like that's how most of us start out anyway, right? It's like, well, you have this sick collection that you love anyway, and you're passionate about this stuff anyway, so you might as well talk about the stuff you love with homies that like talking about that stuff too. But yeah, this is like such eye candy to me. I love this thing. Gabe, same. That CJRB Droma was my first Mallory design, and I was super stoked that it came in for, like, I think it was $54 when it was brand new. Fred the Lug, Titanium, Justin, what up, fellas? Hope we're having a good Tuesday evening. Hope you guys are doing well. But, yeah, I was just a huge fan of his designs, and it's super awesome to be able to grab one of his designs for under $100. Like, that's awesome, because, like, the Forest V2 by Mallory is, like, one of my favorite designs for sure. I'll own one eventually, but, not everybody can just run out and spend $250 on a pocket knife, right? So, time and place and, energy and effort, right? So, one of these days I'll have a Forest V2. But, yeah, I'm a big fan of Mallory's designs, and it was super cool that he did one with CJRB, and, you know what I mean? It was one that, like I said, came in at $54 brand new, you could run out and grab one and not have to worry about, not making a payment on this or that or whatever for the month, which I thought was really cool that he did a budget blade, with CJRB. And yeah, I know he had the, what was it, the Hadros as well. But I'm a big fan of his design language for sure. So I would like to grab the H2O. That would be cool. Oh, heck yeah, Gabe. I'll totally respond to that after I'm done here. But yeah, it's funny because I think you were the one who told me about the KMEs, and I ended up grabbing one that same day that you said something about them. I was like looking into them and then asked about them on a live, and somebody was like, yeah, OCD for EDC. And so I checked into them and I got myself a CME for the Shaman. So now it'll be super easy. That's what's up, Mr. Mouse. Yeah, that is cool that stuff like that does exist for sure. Try not to overdo it because, it can be dangerous for sure. Dallas, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, so I was like looking some stuff up today because I was curious. That Deadman design, I've seen a few different models from Deadman Designs. That's one I definitely want to check out. But again, one that's going to be closer to the 300 plus price point. But one that's really cool. Nonetheless, I think they knocked it out of the park with their first few designs for sure. The Deadman Designs is a bit small for you, Justin. Because, yeah, like, I definitely would rather have a more full-size blade for sure. So, that's something I'll have to double-check then for sure. That new Sheepdog button liner lock and LMAX looks like it's going to be a hit. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Sheepdog. I got the denim micarta one, but it's cool that they offer them in different sizes too. And it's one of those knives where, like, you can get it in any, like, price point that you want. You can get a full dressed one for, $300, $400, $500, but then you can get $60, $75 version one too, which is cool. And ever since I put rem oil in this bearing, man, this thing is just butter. A lot of fun to carry for sure. And I like their pocket clip too. It's a good steel pocket clip that when it comes up, the swoop in that angle right there is not so much that it gets caught on stuff. Because that's really annoying, is when you carry a knife you really like and it just gets snagged on everything. That's a nice clip that doesn't snag too much for sure. And that's like one of those things you don't think about until after the fact sometimes. Like, it's probably not the first thing, right, anyone's looking at when they make a purchase on a pocket knife, right? But it's definitely something after the fact that you're like, ah, crap. But this one's really good. It doesn't, that lip doesn't come up too much, so it doesn't catch too much. But this is a really good knife. I'm a really big fan. And I've only interacted with Kaiser's customer service once, and the only time I did, it was really awesome, and they were super nice and got back to me right away and had no qualms about sending me a part so that I could fix the thing, you know, which was super cool. But yeah, and it also looks sick. I gotta get some of that Mad Yako wax or something like that to put on that micarta. Make it pop a little bit more. Condition it. Especially if it's in the summer. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Fred. I appreciate you, brother, man. You have a good evening. Yeah, they added a button to the scales for the shaman. That's what's up. I could see why people would want that, though, on the shaman, for sure. But it is a really good lock. I like it quite a bit, but I can see why, like, somebody would want the CME or that scale with it built in. It's a little tight. Sure am not, John. But yeah, the shaman's dope. No Tegan tonight. Tegan said he will be back next week, which is super cool. Super excited to have Tegan back next week. That'll be fun. I saw someone do it. Oh, a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I don't think I can front flip it. Oh, there we go. That's that angle. You got to catch it just right, but I guess I can. All right, sweet. I love front flipping knives too. That just made me like this so much more. But yeah, the CME, I see why people like them so much. That is a little, not that it's hard to press or anything, but it, like, with the CME on there, it'll be perfect. But yeah, this is definitely, I think, my favorite Spyderco design. It just looks great. And oh, I like it, Justin. It's not bad at all. Looks like it could snag, but I've only carried it twice. So far so good. But it's cool that there's a lot of secondary stuff for Spydercos. I was looking at Lynch clips. I know a lot of people swear by them, but I'm gonna just keep rocking this one until I don't like it. You know what I mean? G10. It's a good looking blade for sure. Super stoked. And then the Devo Growler XL has been another one I've been stoked on. Been talking about it for weeks, but it's a fun knife to carry. And I like to show some support to Lefty EDC. Great design. Butter action. If you like bigger blades. Because it's definitely, size-wise, it's a chunker. I would highly recommend it, Justin. If you like bigger knives, then you're really going to like it. It's up there with the MSI in terms of, like, larger knives that I really enjoy carrying. The MSI, the SOCOM, they're, like, highly up there. They're just great. Yeah, Mr. Mouse, I'm a broken record about it, but there's really good reason for it, and I feel like it's one of those things, like, once you get it in hand, you really, like, man, all the little tiny details are nailed out of the park. Extra large or extra small are your go-to, that's what's up. People raving about the Devos. Yeah, they are pretty good. And the Lush 2 came out like right after this. And the Lush 2 is pretty sweet. But this makes me want to definitely grab another Devo for sure. And then I still have to grab a Tempest. I want to support Casey and Nice Fest for sure. I seen one on Blade Bench for like $78, which is a pretty good deal, I think. But it was like one of the smaller ones. Microburst, maybe? Microjet? I don't know. But I like to support the homies, you know. Heck yeah, Justin, that's what's up. That tornado looks so sick. Definitely can't wait to hear how you like it. But like, I feel like he's another one of those guys who is like, the people that have designed good knives are the people that have handled thousands of knives, right? So it's like no surprise that their designs are killing it because they've handled so many from so many different companies, you know? So they can knock out so many of those finite details that people get wrong. I feel like they get so right. This is another awesome one. The Wizard from Artisan. That pocket clip wasn't so bad. I carried this twice. I was nervous about the pocket clip, but it actually is really good. I was just nervous because it was thin. But it carried really well. I like the front flipper too. Super good button lock action. Good medium size knife. Get a good 4-finger grip on there. Good jimping on there. This was also my first Artisan in my collection, so stoked on that. And then I got out my Grandpa's Old Imperial tonight. The DE on there. Made in New York.
Wix gives you the power of AI to build the website you need. With full business functionality.
It's definitely seen better days, for sure. Might have to bring this bad boy back to life. But yeah, this is one my grandpa like definitely used and carried.
Control everything from the biggest tasks to the finest details.
I should fix this up for my uncle and gift it to him. But man, I feel like sometimes you don't really want to clean them up. Like, you know, maybe the bolster, sure, and like the track, sharpen the blade, sure, but like, definitely want that like patina to show on there for sure. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. Pre-1950, I think, is what I was told. Vladimir, what up? Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're having a good evening. Oh yeah, but I was like looking online today. I was curious, right? Like, everybody talks about Christmas movies, right? But nobody talks about New Year's movies. That's a hard one, Justin. I don't know. I'm inclined to say the Adira because it's had more pocket time. But, and maybe because there's a little more meat on the bone. This is a big blade for sure. But I do like both of them quite a bit. Good question. Magna Cut and then S30V. Oh, and I like the size Yeah, the bug out does disappear. That's very true. But I feel like maybe the Adira because I'm more partial to larger blades. But I do really like the bug out. Like way more than I thought I would for sure. I've been carrying this for the last 2-3 days. I really like the way it carries. It's nice and light. Like the pocket clip too. And there's so many customization options for the bug out. So that's another really cool factor. But man, I tell you, that's a hard one. You know what? I'm going to say the bug out. I'm going to say the bug out. I haven't put it down for a few days, so just don't ask me to pick between the bug out and the shaman. I don't think I can do that. Probably the shaman, though. But also good size, too. Full size narrows for Christmas. I got the salt shaman instead. That's what's up. That's pretty dope, the salt shaman. The narrows just seemed a little bit too much. Aluminum M4 bailout for disappear knife. Okay, right on. That's what's up, Mr. Mouse. But I was going to compare this size-wise to the bug out just because. Yeah, significantly bigger. Yeah, that's what I was saying too, Mr. Mouse. I think the Naros is one of the more overpriced Benchmades you can get. And there's not, like, the bug out has so many secondary, like, options of, like, stuff you can get for it. It's just, like, that's one of the things that really makes it cool. Oh, dude, I'm excited to see it, Gabe. That's what's up. And then Spyderco's another one that has like so many awesome secondary options. So great choices either way. But then at the same time, I really like my 14C from Tenable, the model number 6. This like budget blade has treated me real good. And I like put it to the test by breaking down like multiple pallets of boxes in like a sitting because I wanted to see it. And I'd never had 14C. So this really made me like 14C a lot. Green Mountain Outdoors, what up? Hope you're doing good. Having a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm a really big fan. I think this is my favorite shaman. The all black. Got a CME for it and a lanyard coming from OCD for EDC. So it'll have a black and red lanyard and then the black and red CME, which will be cool. But yeah. This is the full size one. Full size Adira. Got this on the secondary for a really good deal from a buddy. And this was my first Benchmade and my first Magna Cut. And I don't know, it just says first production. I don't know. Camera won't focus for me. But yeah, full size. This or the mini, really, man, that's a hard one. Depends on, I guess, hand size, right? I like bigger blades. Like, here's a 535 bug out in comparison. So if you're not a fan of larger knives, get the mini. But if you like a bigger blade, get the full size for sure. I like the more full size. This and like the SOCOM. First production means first 1,000 made. Okay, Mr. Mouse, right on. That's what this is. If we can get it to focus. I don't think it's going to focus. First production. But yeah, I really, really like this knife a lot. But like I said, if you like bigger knives, right? If you like smaller knives or like closer to a 3-inch blade, I would go with the Mini. Your choice would be the Osborne. Osborne is a great knife, dude. The 940 Osborne is one of the most timeless, like, blade designs ever, I think. I will own one eventually, for sure. For sure. I don't yet, but I will. But I will. So I got this square about ×2. That's about all the room I have left on the table for stickers. So we'll get the table filled up real soon here. And then this was also my first CJRB. And then I got the Acacia immediately after, because I really like this knife. And I didn't want to beat on it, but I wanted a CJRB that I could beat up on. So I went out and got the Acacia for 29 bucks immediately after. Yeah, I think that CJRB is giving QSP a run for their money in terms of the budget blade, right? I've always been a huge proponent of the QSB Penguin. No P.O. Box, Mr. Mouse. I've always been a huge proponent of the QSB Penguin as being one of the best budget knives ever made. And then the Pyrite came out, and now I would say that the Pyrite and the Penguin are probably the two best budget knives ever made, ever designed. Like as far as like you can probably grab a Pyrite and a version of the Penguin for both around 25-30 bucks, right? So as far as bang for your buck goes, I think that the QSP Penguin and the CJRB Pyrite are like two of the best budget blades ever designed, ever produced, ever conceived. Ozzy, what up, Doe? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Talking about, I was talking about CJRB and how they make a great budget blade, and in my opinion are coming for the crown in terms of budget blades. QSB Penguin was always my favorite. But I think that CJRB's Pyrites are up there in terms of bang for your buck. If you're going to get a $25 knife, do you get a QSB Penguin or you get a Pyrite? You know what I mean? Either way, you can't go wrong. Penguin you want is almost $200. Yeah, but, dude, that's what I'm saying, Gabe, right? There's literally a QSB Penguin for everybody. Whether you're a diehard knife collector or you're just starting out, you know what I mean? There's one for $25, and there's one, I'm sure you can find a custom version, you know, that is quite up there in price. But, yeah, it's like one of those ones that's just, in terms of bang for the buck, one of the best that there is, I think. Or you buy 3 of these, you know, and then just throw it in the trash when you're done with it. I mean, I guess you could take it apart, clean it, and sharpen it. But for 10 bucks, you know, the bug out killer. That's what they say, right? I mean, you can see why they say it, right? But, yeah. So, like, I just think that Penguin and the Pyrite, man, 2 great budget blades that, I think the Pyrite could dethrone the Penguin. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Mr. Mouse, totally. Totally. My first, because when I got that Adira, I was like, dang, is it supposed to be this stiff? And then I just realized like I wasn't used to Benchmade's access lock. So, you know, it took me a week to get used to, but I really like it. TPK ones. Did I just see a... maybe I did. I don't know. I swear I just saw a new QSP Penguin slip joint. Did I not see that? Maybe one already existed. I don't know. But yeah, there's so many variations of the Penguin. Whether it's a glide lock, liner lock, button lock. They got something for everybody. Just like the Pyrite, there's something for everybody. But yeah, my first bug out, so I'm super stoked on that. And I like the tan color too. Looks good. It'll wear cool. But yeah, again, if you like full-size knives, great blade. And made for saltwater fishing environments, so you can take it on the boat with you and it'll hold up just fine to all those salty conditions. Which I don't do a lot of saltwater fishing, but the summers up here in Michigan can get super humid. So, it's definitely like corrosion resistant, you know, is definitely something that I think about now more so than I used to. Straight up, Ozzy. Won't the salty air won't mess it up, won't stain it. And it's got you an access lock, so take it on the fishing boat with you. I pulled this one out, Ozzy. I do remember what year you said this Imperial was made? With the DE logo. And those nail nicks right there. '40s. That would make sense. It's got the diamond edge on there. Needs a reprofile, but some TLC should do it right. I mean, that's pretty sick. Stoked that I still have it in the collection. Family pieces are always sick when you got something that was grandpa's or something, you know. It's always cool. Heck yeah, Ozzy. Yeah, sharpen it up. Maybe clean out the insides, but just leave it at that, you know. Leave that character on there. And then I really like that texture. It's ever so slightly textured on this Kubi. This is an example of a pocket clip that snagged a lot. So when we were talking about good pocket clips, this is one that I wish was a little different. The angle upwards makes it more likely to snag on stuff. And obviously you can see that's what happened to this one. Nothing a little bend back won't hurt, you know. But I really like this knife and I carried it quite a bit. This was my first blade binge purchase. Gotta love Blade Binge, man. Dangerous website for sure. But they have some awesome stuff on there. Whether you're looking for a grail or a beater, Blade Binge has a lot of good stuff. And you can get a lot of stuff like super lightly used or not at all, you know. Straight up, Mr. Mouse. At this point, it's just one of those tabs that just stays open, you know. And just reference it, refresh it, yada yada. But it's like, man, yeah, I literally spend way too much time looking at Blade Binge. But that's where I'm gonna go if I want to get a grail, you know what I mean? Because I'd rather have one that was pre-owned for a little bit less, you know. I guess it depends on the thing, on the specific one, but even customs for me, I would feel comfortable getting off Blade Binge. Maybe an ultra safe queen that I wasn't going to use and just wanted to display. Maybe. But even then, still, I'm hard pressed not to just get it off Blade Binge. The homie DN at edclifestyles.com. He's got some awesome blades. I bought a few from him, a few Microtechs from him before he relocated. And now he's got an awesome storefront. But yeah, if you're looking to spend $200 or more on a pocket knife, go check out EDC Lifestyles. He's having a promotion right now where you get a free Microtech mat if you spend over $200. But yeah, I like this knife a lot. The denim is awesome. And this came with a really cool, like, a denim Kaiser pouch. That's like it was like literally like a blue jean back pocket folded up. It was really cool. I still got it somewhere. I keep all the boxes typically. I know a lot of people don't, but I just like to keep the boxes. I don't know why. 154 cm, yeah. Great action. But yeah, so compare these two pocket clips. So this one doesn't really snag a lot, right? You see that angle right there? And then versus that angle right there on the upward ramp of the pocket clip. That's what makes it snag. That upward ramp on this one is super subtle. And that one is way more aggressive, which makes it snag way more. And then I think one of the best pocket clips is on the Devo Growler XL. Granted, it is titanium, I do believe, but there's no upward ramp. See? No upward ramp, which makes it really good and makes it not snag for sure. But those subtle little details, you know what I mean? That, like, you might not even be able to tell if you were buying it brand new, you know, like that angle of that ramp, right? But again, you know, a pocket clip might not be something that deters somebody from getting a pocket clip or from getting a pocket knife, you know? Yeah, this thing is huge. Let's compare it to the bug out. Everybody knows how big a bug out is, right? I feel like that's a pretty common EDC size knife. It could, like, the Devo Growler could put the bug out in its pocket. But yeah, totally. But yeah, if you like full-size knives, grab one of these for sure, if you can find one. I got the plain Jane version of the Devo Growler because I don't really need the DLC and everything like that. Like, yeah, it would be cool, but the plain Jane version works just as good for me. And the more I get into collecting and using my gear and stuff, Stonewash and satin finishes I like more and more and more because I just feel like they show wear so much less. Obviously, a DLC, are for sure where it's at in terms of like corrosion resistance, in terms of that kind of stuff. But just the step up in price is so much sometimes that it just kind of puts me off to them, to be honest. And it's like you can still use this blade, and like yeah, it might show a little bit of wear, it might show a little bit of scratches, right? But it'll still look good, and that's just it, Mr. Mouse. You can polish that kind of stuff out. You can rub that kind of stuff out, but like a coated blade, and I wish I had a couple down here. Like when I first got into Microtex, right? You go spend $330 something on a SOCOM, brand new, right? And it's a black washed blade, okay? You think you're spending $330 on a knife. This black washed blade has to surely be DLC, right? Has to be. No, it is absolutely not. And that black coating, when it's not DLC, definitely comes off. And I was like, for a $300+ knife, you know what I mean? That black wash finish should have held up better on a knife that was made for hard use tactical purpose, right? Like, but yeah, so long story not made short. When you're buying an expensive knife, make sure you look at that stuff. If you don't know the abbreviations, right? If you don't know, ask somebody. Like, doesn't hurt to annoy somebody with a question than it does to buy something for $300 that is not exactly what you wanted, right? And again, the SOCOM is literally one of my all-time favorite EDC profiles like ever. It's an awesome knife, legendary, right? But like, dude, that just is one thing that set me back about black wash finishes, is unless it says highlighted DLC, right? Like, chances are it's not, and that black wash finish is gonna wear off, it's gonna scratch, it's gonna coat, and it's probably not gonna look the best after some hard use. Greg V, what up, doe? Hope you're doing good. Happy New Year's. Appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, no, that was just so like that was not to get all ranty on you as I did anyway, but yeah, so that was my hard learned lesson about expensive knives, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know, ask somebody for sure, because like if I hard used this, that coating would wear off. This is not DLC. It can scratch and it can, wear away. But again, you go buy a $200-$300 knife, you don't think about that. You would assume, and that was on, me, right, for assuming anything. But you assume that finish isn't going to come off so easily, right? But I wish I had my SOCOM down here to show you exactly what I'm talking about. M4 clear-coated bailout blades look like crap. Yeah, and I hear people swear by them. And I've seen it done really well and look really good for sure, the Cerakoted blades. But they're just that finish, man. I don't want it coming off, you know what I mean? So that's why I have slowly transitioned to stonewash and satin finishes for that exact reason. Like, I beat the crap out of this knife, and it still looks great. Still has a good edge. And I use this just as much, this wasn't necessarily like an EDC for a year per se, right? But I took it to the office, I opened stuff with it, broke stuff down with it. I'm not afraid to use it in that regard, right? So when I take stuff and I carry stuff, I use it as I would, right? I don't have like a Oh, well, maybe I should grab my box cutter set. No, if I got it in my pocket and I'm standing there, I'm going to pull it out and just use it. And this finish is amazing. It doesn't show wear and tear nearly as bad. It looks great after time. It looks great after hard use. Yeah, I totally agree, Mr. Mouse. That's one reason why I'm like grown to like that significantly more over um, the black washed finishes per se. Um, but yeah, stone washed or satin for sure. I mean, obviously a hand rub satin probably going to be way more showing than a stone wash, but I guess it all really just depends who's doing it. But yeah, so not to get all ranty, but you know, and then another thing was like when I bought an OTF, you know, I didn't know what all the markings meant, so you know, ended up getting a blade that technically I'm not supposed to carry. So, you know, ask what all the things mean if you don't know. It won't hurt. But yeah, great OTF knife for sure. Um, ZBP for sure in the future. Great action. But I have a Tonto Ultratech that I have carried and used a lot. And I need to send that in and have it cleaned and sharpened and everything. Because that one is misfiring quite a bit. And I just think it's got some gum up in there. Yeah, I'm not supposed to carry an OTF. Or no, I'm not supposed to carry a dagger blade. OTFs are fine as long as they're single edge. So like I got a belt sheath for this and was like carrying in a belt sheath, but then I was like, you know what? I don't even want to have to argue with anybody about anything, so I'll just set it aside. Yeah, right? Knife laws are silly like that. But yeah. A great OTF for sure. American made. But yeah, the CME will be sweet. I see why they make that scale with the button on there though. But yeah, this will be fun to carry for sure. Great action. And I'm super excited that I can front flip it because I didn't know I could do that. So, oh, yeah, but by far like one of my all-time favorite Spydercos. And just like, man, the action on this compared to that PM2 I had is insane. Ooh, yeah, that is money. Yeah, that is money. And I like where the jimping is if you're choking up right here. From here to right here, I like where that jimping falls. It's like perfect. It's a good looking blade for sure. It'll look sick with that CME and that lanyard. Man, the action is nuts on this thing. Because that one Spyderco I had is I had a PM2 that was just so stiff and on the compression lock, it just would not fall at all. And the action on this compared to that is night and day. And I knew it was just that one Spyderco. Straight up, Mr. Mouse. So many knives, so little time. What can you do? What can you do? But yeah, great blade. The Ozark Trail and the Bug Out. Man, crazy how similar they look. Guys trying to save some money on your next shopping trip? Oh, never mind. Not on your shopping trip, on your hotel stay. It's just funny. Straight up, Mr. Mouse. But yeah, and then I need to send this out to Dan Stan for me. I need to send this to Dan Stan so he can reprofile that edge for me. Once that holiday shipping madness dies down. But yeah, this is a super fun fidgety one for sure. That button's really smooth. Front flipper's really smooth. Plus I love the copper. Copper and brass look so good. Especially when they patina naturally or get shipwrecked, either one. Ah, that's a good point, Mr. Mouse. That is a good point, sir. But yeah, that's a good looking knife for sure. A surprisingly good pocket clip that I thought was going to be not the best because of how thin it was, but it was pretty good. Carried well. Hey, have a good one, Mr. Mouse. I appreciate you stopping by, brother. Be safe out there and Happy New Year's. Hopefully we get to see some sick fireworks for New Year's. I've seen a couple people posting about how they were getting ready to do fireworks shows. That's one thing I always like about New Year's is fireworks. Usually you can see some good fireworks for New Year's. But I don't want to blast them off. I want to be sitting chilling watching them. But yeah, again, I'm going to have to say this is probably my vote for budget knife of the year. I love Mallory's designs. It's a good looking blade for 54 bucks. And that ARPM 9 blade steel works really well, holds up very well. From what I've used it, I've had the CJRB Acacia that also has the same blade steel, and that has taken a heck of a beating and is still going strong. Then I passed it on to a homie and said, yo, take this CJRB Acacia to work and beat the crap out of it and tell me what you think about it. And he's like, what do you mean beat the crap out of it? I'm like, just don't hold back. Use it how you would at work and let me know what you think of it. So it's getting put through the ringer first and foremost by a few people. And then we'll go and say collectively how we feel about the Acacia. But again, for 29 bucks for the Acacia, you can't go wrong. For 54 bucks for the Droma, you can't go wrong. CJRB is killing it. They're doing a lot of stuff right. I gifted everybody CJRB pyrites this year. I got them all the stainless steel body button lock ones.
The worst state to live in right now is Michigan, and nobody's talking about it.
But yeah, aluminum with the G10 looks really nice. And I like that bolster lock a lot. Than the traditional liner. I feel like it makes it a little more fidgety, a little more fun, I don't know. But yeah, again, probably my vote for budget knife of the year. And then this one from Tenable, model number 6, another great budget knife. 14C. And their crossbar lock is really well done. Super light. With everybody doing their crossbar lock right now, this is one that I think is done very well. I know some people hate them, some people love them. I'm indifferent. I don't mind either way. But if you're going to do it, this is definitely well done, for sure. And if you like it, you can step it up and get a way fancier version from Concept. But for me, just the FRN and the 14C version works. Oh. Their thumb studs are a little weird, but you get used to them. They're just oddly shaped a little bit. You're used to that traditional round thumb stud, and these are that triangle shape, but it works well. I've heard them called toilet handles because they're shaped weird, but I think they work really well. They're really functional. This is like one of the smaller knives that I would like to carry, which even so, it's not really small. I just prefer more full-size knives. And also, they make so many different versions. Like, it's nice when you can get, you know, a base model fit for 40-50 bucks, and then if you want to, you could step it up and get a $300 version of the same thing, right? But I like when companies do that, because not everybody does, you know. But yeah, Tenable and Concept have been killing it. I love what they did with the 90s cup scale handles for the Bomber. That's really cool. That definitely is a super nostalgic design for sure. But yeah, in terms of size comparison, significantly different. But like, yeah, I like all size blades, you know, so. But I feel like this one and the model number 6 are about as small as I can really comfortably get. This is a great one for sure. And my first Magna Cut, which I like, I would like to at least try and sample not every blade steel, but the majority of them. Chris, what up, Doe? Hope you're doing well, having a good evening. Talking blades, talking the holidays. I was going on a little rant about how not all blades that are $300 have DLC coating. My favorite steel right now is probably, man, I'm still partial to M390. I like M390 a lot, but S30V, I got 2 new blades in S30V, so I'm excited to put S30V to use. I think I have S30 in my collection previously, but I can't recall off the top of my head. Microtech's M390 MK is really good. You're on a Chavez kick right now. That's what's up. Chavez's are awesome. I had what was it? I had a street. So I can't even remember. I ended up trading a Chavez I had for something else, but one of the ones I regret getting rid of, because that Chavez pocket clip is so sick with the skull. Some people hate it and think it's super tacky, but I'm a big fan. But yeah, also 14C. This made me really like 14C, which that has become one of my more favorite budget blade steels is 14C. I think it's done really well. And it has like a lot of use, like a lot of different companies use 14C as well, so. Yep. Sure do. And then I pulled out my grandpa's old Imperial Diamond Edge, which is not something I would traditionally carry, but I just like to pull it out. Let's see the Diamond Edge on there, kind of. It's hard to see. But super cool. A lot of character. Another new Rosecraft coming out next week. That's what's up, Justin. Is it a Barlow? And then this is a great entry level too. If you're looking for a titanium, something in titanium, you can get one of these for about $100. Another knife that utilizes 14C and titanium though. So Jack and Bone. Okay. Right on. I just love that blade shape on this one. Great choke up. But yeah, dude, Rosecraft has yet to like miss, man. I feel like everything Rosecraft has done lately has been like really, really solid, and has like uh especially when they do those awesome colors, like especially the Robin's egg blue they do. They do it really good, and it flies off the shelf, it seems like, when they do it. Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people recently. I wish I had one on me tonight. I don't have one down here. But I've heard a lot of people say as of late is I would rather just get a Rosecraft than get a case. With all like the QC issues Case has had as of late. And I like the Rosecraft I got. Decogni, what up, brother? Hope you're doing well, having a good evening. But yeah, great starter titanium knife for sure. The poor man's Coing Arius, I've heard it called. But the Kubi Titius, great blade. Great action too. That's what's up. Yeah, I kind of figured. I seen that Tri-State was doing his Christmas giveaway, but that's all right. The Bug Out and the Bug Out Killer, head-to-head battle. I'm definitely taking the Bug Out for sure, hands down. Yeah, one of I gotta say, probably one of the best selling EDC folders ever, man. And gotta be up there and I see why, man. I see why. It's so fidgety, great blade steel, the customization options. It's just great. Great profile. But yeah, then the Adira and Magna Cut is fun. If you like bigger blades. Oh, no worries, brother, man. I appreciate you stopping by, dude. It'd be like that sometimes, What can you do? Hey, thank you very much. We got the Adira full size. Oh, my bad. The Adira full size and the Bug Out 535. Magna Cut and S30V. Solid blades. Solid blades. And then the Christmas gift, one of the Christmas gifts from my wife. The Shaman, an S30V. Black on black on black. Love this thing. Mini Poseidio, 379 of 1,000. That's what's up. That's very cool. They've been making some good stuff through the years, that's for sure. I didn't realize they made Emerson's first production knives. Benchmade did, which is pretty cool. Emerson said he would work with Benchmade, and they're like, we want to make these 4 knives. And he was like, no, only this one. which is funny. And then would later produce them all himself anyway. But I like this one a lot. One of my favorite acquisitions of the year. Lefty killed it with this one. Makes me want to check out another Devo for sure. But it's definitely a big dog. .154 cm. Yeah. NS30V. I was talking to my brother-in-law today. We were talking about some old school ballad songs. And I was like, yeah, I don't mess with ballies or butterfly knives. I don't want to cut my fingers off. But they are sweet. I will say that. Especially when people who know how to flip them well flip them. It's really cool to see. And they have like the competitions. If you've ever seen the competitions of people doing balisong tricks and stuff, it is wicked. Some of those people can flip those knives like crazy. But yeah, like I said, if you're a fan of bigger knives, it's a good one.
There's DIY, and there's doing it yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a wrap for me tonight, guys. I'm gonna call it. I hope everyone out there is having a good evening, and I hope everyone out there continues to do so. Have a good Wednesday. Good New Year's, everybody. Make sure you all stay safe out there. Stay hydrated. Stay safe. And don't be afraid to bug people for rides. You know, we all got too many friends that have been affected by idiots driving. So if you're out there ripping it up, just be safe. Have fun. Call somebody for a ride. You know, hopefully we get to see some awesome fireworks for New Year's. That'll be fun. You know, all that. Hey, Lakeside, appreciate you, brother. You as well. I'll catch you guys all on the next one, and we'll see you. Have a good night, guys. Happy New Year's.